My Last Duchess by Robert Browning, written in 1842. The poem is written as a dramatic monologue, which gives it a conversational tone. The speaker is the Duke d'Este, who lives in Ferrara, Italy in the 16th century. He is speaking to an envoy who is negotiating a marriage contract between the Duke and a Count's daughter. The Duke is talking about a painting of his now dead wife. At first, he points out the skill of the painter in capturing his late wife's look, but then moves on to complain how in life she was too easily impressed and failed to prioritize him in her affections. The Duke is particularly annoyed about how she didn't seem to appreciate fully his family's importance and status. However, despite his irritation, he didn't express his annoyance to his wife because he felt that it was beneath his dignity. So he gave commands, and it stopped. The Duke then asked the envoy to come with him downstairs where they'll meet the rest of the Count's messengers. As they go downstairs, the Duke points out another artwork, a bronze sculpture of which he is proud. At first, this might appear to be an odd poem about a pompous aristocrat showing off his art collection. The key phrase is easily missed. I gave commands, then all smiles stopped together. The implication is that the Duke had his wife murdered. Why? Because he is insulted by her readiness to treat everyone and everything with the same amount of respect, whether it was the Duke, a mule, a bowl of cherries, or a sunset. He feels that he should have been shown even greater admiration and respect than anyone or anything else. Now that his wife is dead and only lives on as a painting, the Duke has total control. The portrait is literally a fixed image of his wife and cannot be moved as it's painted directly onto the wall. Moreover, only the Duke is allowed to move the curtain which covers it. He can also tell his version of events without contradiction. Such is his confidence, he inadvertently lets slip a disturbing hint about how his wife met her end. And for what? The Duchess did nothing wrong. She is portrayed as polite, kind, and thoughtful, which in turn makes the Duke seem petty and cruel. It is likely that this is Browning's commentary on the dangers of male power and how it can be abused with women all too often as the victims. Even though Browning was writing in the 19th century, not much had really changed for women since the poem setting of the 1500s. Through marriages, women were still treated as objects to be passed between men in order to enhance male status and prestige. Notice how the Duchess is reduced to just another object of art, and that she is treated as a possession. The poem's title, after all, is My Last Duchess. The story in the poem is based on a true one. The 16th century Duke d'Este had a young wife who died mysteriously young. She was just 16 years old. A little while later, the Duke entered negotiations to marry the sister, not daughter as in the poem, of the Count of Tyrol. Whilst we don't know from the poem what the envoy thinks of the Duke, does the envoy even notice that the Duke almost admits to murder? In real life, the Duke did indeed marry the Count's sister. She also died suddenly at a young age. This chilling tale of individual power and oppression contrasts with the more open-minded power of the individual in Checking Out Me History. The powerlessness of the Duchess could be linked to a similar lack of power present in London, Storm on the Island, and the Emigre. Furthermore, the arrogance of the Duke is not dissimilar to Ozymandias' hubris.